Kyle Lowry is the only athlete I can think of in the city right now, and certainly with the Raptors, that has 100% approval rating. Now, that doesn't mean there isn't some nitpicking. I saw, some people were like, well, I don't like how he whines with the officials, or, sounds like he and his coaching staff can go back and forth or whatever. Yeah, okay, I got you. I'm not saying he's...
Standard stuff for a professional athlete. Like, you're going to nitpick over that.
I'm not saying he's a perfect athlete.
Right.
What I'm saying is what he represents to us as a guy, as a free agent multiple times that could have left, like Chris Bosh, like McGrady, like Vince, like Damon Stoudemire. He stayed. He won a championship. He's going to have all the records. He represents the city beautifully. He loves being a Toronto Raptor. He loves living in Toronto.
Yeah, and I would say that he has an opportunity to stay here, but he's going to have so much money, I don't even think he would be interested in doing stuff like that.
Yeah, he'll
like
probably...
the ambassador type stuff, or even television or whatever.
Right.
But Shaq and Charles Barkley, they got a ton of cash too, and they stayed and did stuff.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes, once he retires. I'm sure he'll move back to Philly, and he spends the summers down in Philly. But
yeah, it depends on what the next chapter of his life includes. Whether, I'm sure he's got kids and that, where they want to grow up. Like, some guys will take a step back. Guys like Tony Romo, like right into the booth. You mentioned Shaq. Like, that was heart-wrenching watching Shaq and that panel last night. I thought it was fantastic, although it was so sad. But those guys retired, and because they're big personalities, I don't see Kyle Lowry doing media and doing panels. I can see him, being involved at some level,
Yeah, he's got young kids.
And coaching his kids back in Philly or something.
That's what I picture. He'll set up a school or set up camps, and which he's already got going. And I think he'll be connected to Toronto
Bring
forever.
him in. Well, there's going to be 10-year reunion for
all
that,
the time.
The ring, and 20-year reunion.
He's getting his number retired. Like, I don't know what the order is going to be. It should be number 7 first. I think it likely will be. He's getting his number retired. There's going to be Kyle Lowry nights and all that, and that's way down the road. He's still going to play. For a while. But
will Vince get his number here? There's been a big debate, right?
I don't know what they're going to do. They might. Eventually, they might. And again, as I said, almost last night, I had like an epiphany. I'm like, I don't even care anymore. I'm not hung up on it because the Raptors are in such a good spot.
Right.
But yeah, I think when you consider the history of the organization, with the faces of the organization all leaving, the fact that he stayed, the fact that he won the championship, and then even though Kawhi left, Kyle just keeps being Kyle. Like, he puts forth a front of confidence that I think we've needed here for a long time.
Right.
Because we've always had this inferiority complex, specifically with the Raptors and Blue Jays as the lone Canadian teams in an American league.
Right.
And he's going to have all the stats, all the numbers.
There's no.
I can't think of anybody else like in Toronto sports that can match his pedigree and resume, where everyone's like, I love Kyle.
Yeah.
Like.
No, you're right. Like, he does. He kind of is the epitome of that team. And then when you thought they would take a massive step back this year, they're like,
keep driving.
And he's the face of that.
I think he's embodied that.
But you know what? He had to win for people to notice it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he was quite consistent with his play leading up to it. They just couldn't get, Kyle and DeMar can't win with them. How many times did we say that on this show?
And his playoff performances were underperforming many times. Not as extreme as DeMar, but there were some extreme moments.
But the minute you win, all of a sudden you look back and go, this guy brought it every year.
Especially here, right? Where I think you appreciate it more. It's not like in New York or L.A., Boston. Like in Boston, they appreciate it in the moment, but then it's like, we're moving on.
Flush you
it's
out
a small
quick.
detail. Yeah. In Toronto, it's a very different story.